Hi students, this is for class 8 standard, subject is science. So we are discussing about the topic that is force and pressure. Okay, so already we have discussed many points related to this topic. So let us continue this lesson. So in last video we have studied about the definition of force and the types of force. Yes. So what are the two main types of forces is here? Contact forces and another one is non-contact forces. Okay. So contact forces are nothing but the force get exerted by one object on another when they are in contact with each other. Yes, so some examples of contact forces are what? So we can say that the contact forces are of two types, that is muscular force and another one is force of friction. Okay, and next in this class we will discuss about the non-contact forces. So what do you mean by non-contact force here? The forces exerted by one object on another without any contact with each other. Okay. So here what happens? The force get exerted when one object on the another without comes in contact with each other. The force get exerted when there is no contact between each other. When it is not necessary to come in contact with each other. So such kind of a force which we are called what? Non-contact forces. So so there are the non-contact forces are of three types: magnetic force, electrostatic force, and another one is what? Gravitational force. Okay, so these are the three main types. These forces which do not comes in contact with each other, the two objects which do not comes in contact with each other, then the force get exerted. Okay, then also the force get exerted. So now let us discuss one by one about these non-contact forces. So the first one is what? Magnetic forces. So students, you might have played with magnets many. Yes. So magnetic force is the force which exerted by the magnets. The force get exerted by the magnets. So for example, that is the force of attraction and repulsion between the two magnets. Okay. So here students, the force of attraction and the force of repulsion between two magnets. Here attraction means what? The like forces repel each other. Okay, they do not get attract. So that is what? Repulsion force. Okay, they get repel each other. Whereas force of attraction, what will happen? Like, that is unlike forces, whereas north and south pole. So these are what? Unlike forces. In this case what will happen? The magnet get attract each other. Okay, whereas the like poles like north, yes, here you can observe north poles. Okay, so these are what? Repel each other. Repel each other means they do not attract each other. Okay, so this is what? The force of attraction. The force get exerted by the two magnets when the like poles comes together. They do not attract each other, instead of they get repel each other. Okay, whereas unlike poles like north and south pole, so in this case what will happen? They get attract each other. So always this is the property of a magnets, that like poles repel each other, whereas unlike poles attract each other. So it is one of the property of a magnets. And the force exerted by a magnet, another one property, that is what? When the force get attract when a iron nail that comes in near to that magnet. Okay, so the force exerted by a magnet on a piece of iron or a steel. Okay, when you take and go near to the magnet, a iron piece or a steel, means what will happen? The steel or iron get attached to the magnets, so that the force get exerted. So this is one of the property of a magnet. So these are the two examples that we can, how the force get exerted by take and come two magnets near to each other. Okay, So this is one of the non-contact force. Here what will happen without touching each other also, the force get attract each other. Okay. Next is what? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body. So here the electrostatic force is the force exerted. The force get exerted by a charged body to in between charged body to the another charged body or uncharged body. Okay. So the force is there, no, it is exerted by the two bodies. The two bodies, one is charged, another one is maybe charged or uncharged body. Okay. So this is a type of non-contact forces. So it is the force get exerted by the two charged bodies, or one is charged body, another one is uncharged body. For example, you can take that a plastic straw charged by a rubbing with the paper attracts a suspended plastic straw. Okay. So you might have played with this game, that is when you rub a comb or a scale to the head, means what will few minutes if you rub it and that comb or a scale taken go near to the small pieces of a papers, means what will happen when you rub the scale or a comb to your head, means what will happen, it get charged. Okay. So it takes some charged particles or it gains some energy. Through that energy, if once it gain the energy, when you take and go that to the near a small piece of a papers, means what will happen, it will get attract. Okay. So this is a type of a force which do not comes in contact with each other, also the force get exerted. Okay. So another one is what, that is a plastic straw charged by rubbing with paper repels a suspended plastic charged by a rubbing with a paper. So this is a kind of a force, that is electrostatic force comes in and under which, that is non-contact forces. Okay. So another one is what, that is gravitational force. Okay. So earth as a gravitational force is the force exerted by the earth on all the object. It pulls all object towards the earth. Okay. So these friction force and this gravitational force are there, no, this force to be applied to the all the objects which are present on the earth. Okay. So these force cannot be feel, cannot be seen, but it is there, and this force is applies to the all the objects. Okay. See, gravitational means the earth has the amount of a force, it has a force, that force which we are called what, gravitational force. Through that force only it pulls towards the object to it. Okay. See, as you, for example, you can take that a coin or a pen falls down when it slips off your hand. Why it falls down? Why? Because when we throw or any object upward, means it will come down. But why it will come down? Because of earth is it has a gravitational force. Through this force it upward, that is it take downwards to it, it pull towards it. So, and a ball throw upward, it fall down. It is another one example. Okay. And leaves and fruits fall to the ground when they get detached from the plant. Okay. And another one is what, water in river flow downwards. Why? Because this force is applicable to the all object. Okay, on the which are present on the earth. So even we can see this gravitational force in the celestial bodies also, this force. Why? Because so all the objects are revolving around the sun, or the subplanets which are revolving around the planets. Why? Because the gravitational force is there, no, this force of attraction only, it is revolving around. Okay, so this is a gravitational force. Yes, see, objects or things fall towards the earth because it pulls them. So this is the force is called the force of gravity, or we can say that gravity. So this is an attractive force. The force of gravity acts on all the objects, and the force of gravity acts on all of us all the time without our being aware of it. Okay, water begins to flow towards the ground as soon as we open a tap. Yes, so water in river flows downwards due to the force of gravity. See, here is a note that gravity is not a property of a earth alone. In fact, every object in the universe, as I said, it is not only the property of the earth. In fact, every object in the universe is there, whether a small or a large, exert a force on every other object. So this is the force is known as what? The gravitational force. Okay, it could not be, it is not to be said that the property of earth. Okay, in fact, every object in the universe is there, no. Universe means here all you take. Okay, even the celestial bodies also you can take. So a small or a large exert a force on every other object. This force exert every other object. Okay, so this is the force which we are called what? Gravitational force. So these are the three types of forces which are the non-contact forces. Next concept is that what? That is pressure. So children, you have learnt in class 7th that the strong winds during a storm or a cyclone can blow away even the roof of tops. And you also learned that winds and cyclones are caused by the differences in air pressure. Yes. So is there any relation between pressure and force? So let us, okay, so what is there any difference between the force and pressure? Yes, so try to push. So how can we find out that is there any difference between a pressure and force? So let us do an activity that try to push a nail into a wooden plank by its head. So did you succeed? Yes. Try now to push the nail by the pointed end. So could you do it this time? So try to cutting vegetables with a blunt knife and then with a sharp knife. Which is easier to cut the vegetables? So do you get the feeling that the area over which the force is applied, for example, that is the pointed end of the nail, plays and role in making these tasks easier? Yes. So by vegetable, we use a sharper, that is knife, to cut the vegetable. It is to the very easy to the blunt knife. Yes, so by using blunt knife we cannot cut the vegetables. Okay, when we take it as a sharp knife, it is getting very easy to cut the vegetables. Yes, so why? Because so the force acting on a unit area of a surface is there, no, that is called as what? Pressure. Okay, so by using blunt knife we cannot cut the what? We cannot cut the vegetable. Instead of that, when we rub that, when we make it that the surface of the knife is there, no, when we make it very sharpened, means what will happen? It is applying the pressure to that knife. Okay, so that is what we are called pressure. Okay, so pressure is what? Which is the force the acting on a unit area of a surface. Okay, so this is called what? Pressure. So pressure is the force acting on unit area of a surface. Okay, so pressure is nothing but what? Force by area. This is force. This is what? It is the applicable only when the force that is acting on unit area of a surface. Okay, so pressure is nothing but force by area. We can write this pressure, we can explain this pressure means it is due to the that is force by area. If a area is smaller, the pressure is more on the surface of the same face. Okay, so for example, I can see, I already told you that it is easier to push a nail into a wooden plank by its pointed, yes, end than its head, because the pressure is more. And also it is also easier to cut the vegetables with a sharp knife than the blunt knife. Yes, so this is what pressure. Pressure is nothing but the force acting on a unit area of the surface. Force is nothing but force by area. Okay. Next is what? How the pressure is exerted by the liquid gases. So pressure is also exerted in the liquid gases. Okay. So I thought that you have understood, you have clearly understand the concept of pressure. Is that what? It is the force when it is acting on a unit area of the surface. The force which we act on the unit area of the surface, that is only the, you can take the example, that is what blunt knife, or that we make by applying pressure we can make it as a sharp knife. So that is the where we applied that pressure, that where we rub it, the surface area of that knife, no. So that is nothing but the force which can be acting on a unit area of a surface. So that is nothing but we called as what? Pressure. So pressure we can write it by the equation, that is force by area. Okay, so this pressure is also exerted by the liquid and also gases. Okay, not only solids, we can also see this force is exerted in by liquids, or also by gases. See, liquids exert pressure on the walls of a container, and liquids exert pressure on the bottom of a container. So it depend upon the height of the liquid column. So liquids exert sideway pressure, and also which exerts equal pressure at the same height. Yes. So how this pressure can exerted by liquids or gases? Here is an activity. Listen carefully that, students. See, take a transparent glass tube or a plastic pipe. Okay. So the length of the pipe should be about 25 centimeter, and its diameter should be 5 or 7.5 centimeter. Okay, its length about 25 centimeter, its diameter about what? So here is the diagram that shows. So its length is minimum 25 centimeter, whereas its diameter is 5 or 7.5 centimeter. Also take a piece of a thin sheet of a good quality rubber. Yes, along with this we use a thin quality of a rubber, that say that a rubber balloon. So stretch the rubber sheet tightly over one end of the pipe. So here in this diagram that shows, and tightly over the one end of the pipe, and hold the pipe at the middle and keeping it in a vertical position. So keep it this in vertical position, that is shown in figure. Yes. So ask one of, that is, so by asking, we can see that we can ask to some of our friends to pour some water. We keep that water hold. We show, so one of your friend that hold the pipe at the middle, and another one that to pour a sum of water in the pipe. So that does the rubber sheet bulge out? Note also the height of the water column in the pipe. So pour some water, observe again, and bulge in the rubber sheet and the height of the water column in the pipe. So when we repeat this process, what will happen? We a few more times, can you see that any relation between the amount of the bulge in the rubber sheet and the height of the water column in the pipe. Okay, see what will happen in this diagram. When we hold the pipe, at that time someone are pouring the water, means what happens here, when we apply the pressure, means what will, the pipe doesn't take the water, it cannot fill to the water for few minutes. Yes, sir. So when we leave the hand, means what will happen? It can be applied. That is pressure exerted by water at the bottom of the container depend of the height of its column. So in this case, what we can say that the surface area is to be by only depending on the surface, that is height of the its column. Okay, so when pressure exerted by a water at the bottom of the container depend on the height of its column. So by this activity we can say that when pressure the pressure is also exerted by the liquids. Okay, so this pressure is also exerted by gases. So gases exert pressure on the walls of the container. It is also exerted by the walls of the container. So children, do you recall that what happens to the air in the bicycle tube when it has puncture? So do these observations suggest that air exerts pressure on the inner walls of the inflated balloon or a tube? So we can find that these gases too exert pressure on the walls of their container. Okay.